All right. So how can I help you? So you said you're a non-Muslim. What are you?
Okay,
A Christian? Or... Yes, go ahead.
yeah, I'm currently a Christian. It's a little bit complicated to explain my position right now because I need to accept that a year ago, mainly because of your videos and all that stuff, I I started studying religion because I really think it's a really important subject to have into account because it's the way of salvation. And for a time I considered Islam to be the truth because of many of your arguments mainly and all that stuff. But with the time I changed my point of view and I reverted to Christianism because I think I found some clarity on many of the things. I have some confessions and all that stuff, and I wanted to share it with you. I mean, I like to have a discussion, as you say. I like to teach some things and maybe learn some things from you.
Okay, confessions is a very strong word. Well, let me just ask this question. So you're saying you came back to Christianity because Christianity is the truth. Is that the claim you're making? And Christianity has no issues.
Yeah. Right
and
now,
it's perfect. Yes.
Sorry?
So
I think so. I think so. I understand your point of views and I consider them valid and I consider them strong because I used to think as you think, but later, I mean, I did took my shahada and I did live like a Muslim some months, but after that, after studying a lot of things and understanding some other things, I regained the clarity I lost from Christianity because it's a tough religion. It's a tough point of view. But yeah,
all right. What type of Christianity? What type of Christianity do you believe in now?
Catholicism. Sorry for not.
Okay.
I like to know how can I call him, like Muhammad or Ali?
Yeah.
How is it? Okay.
That's fine. So you believe in the Trinity essentially.
Yeah,
and you found clarity in the Trinity,
I like
right?
to.
That's what you're saying now.
Yep, and it's nice because it's one of the things I like to share with you because I consider that you are sincere. Yeah, I consider myself sincere. I am someone that likes to. I mean, I don't care on being right or wrong. I like the truth. I like getting the point. I like thinking I'm getting the way of salvation. It's the only thing that matters to me.
So let's get to the point. Let's get to the point there.
Yeah.
Getting to the point. You found clarity in the Trinity. Can you tell us what is the Trinity?
Okay. Let me explain it with an analogy. Let's suppose
Can you explain it without an analogy? Can you explain it without an analogy? Can you explain it first?
I'm going to explain it first.
Yeah. I don't want to hold you. Explain it first and then give the analogy. That's fine. But first explain it and then give the analogy. Thank you.
That Trinity mainly explains that there's only one God, but that can, like this one, how do you say this in English? It can be present in three different personalities, but it shares the same objectives, this one points of views, and they have different roles. Let's say it like that.
So what do you? What's the difference between a person and a being? What is the difference between a person and a being?
Okay, a difference between a person and people. According to English, one is plural and the other one is singular. But what I'm mainly trying to say is that, I mean, it's one being. It's like a team. It's something I didn't really understand, but with the time, I get it. Okay, let's say, I mean, it's really better with an analogy. Maybe I can explain the analogy, and you're a smart man. Maybe you can help me get an explanation in base of the analogy.
Okay, so let's first agree that you're not able to explain what the Trinity is. If you call it a team, that's incorrect. Let's agree first. You're not able to explain what the Trinity is, which has zero clarity. And a minute ago, you were telling us how you found clarity. But I would like to hear your analogy, anyways. Let's see if it's going to give us the clarity you're looking for.
I also need to accept English is not my mother language, so Yeah. So it's a little bit hard to do it as well. Okay, let's go with this.
Look.
Let's suppose that the Quran has only 3 chapters. Okay.
No, I'm just saying, if you say after me, God is one, you can say that it doesn't matter how broken your English is. When you say God is one, like the Quran says, everyone will understand. This is what is called clarity. But now I'll let you now go with your analogy. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's completely valid. I completely agree with you. Yeah. Okay, let's go with this. Let's say that the Quran has only 3 chapters. Is chapter 1 the same as chapter 2? Maybe not. But they have a different message, but they are the same Quran. You know what I mean? I mean, chapter 2 is not the same as chapter 3.
Okay, so chapter 1 is not the same as chapter 2. We agree.
Yeah, but they are still the Quran.
So they're not the same, though. So they both fit in a category. So they both fit. Okay, let's agree. They both fit in a category, but they're different. Let's say, for instance, me, I'm a human, you're a human. We fit in the human category, but we're different people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so you're trying to say the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit fit in the category of God, but they're different.
Yeah.
So we have God 1, God 2, God 3. They're all gods. They fit in the category of God, but they're different. So we have 3 gods.
It is
perfect. Just like we have 3 chapters, we have 3 gods. How many chapters do we have? Is it 1 or is it 2? When you say chapter 3 and chapter 2, is it 2 chapters or 1 chapter?
There are 3 chapters, is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
I mean, it's like a little bit complex, but I think the analogy is pretty clear. Or maybe there's another thing that I would like to explain.
The analogy is clear. The analogy is clear that there is 3 gods. Okay. All of them fit the category of God, but there's still 3 gods. So I think the analogy is perfect. So we have 3 gods. Polytheism.
I'd say it's a good point, but maybe there's a little bit of misconception in here. Let's say it like this, and let's explain it with another. Can Jesus be God? Yeah, I think Jesus can be God, and it's easy for him to be God. I mean, because either he also has the attributes of the Father, and maybe you can argue that maybe God needs to know everything, needs to be all powerful and all that stuff. But it's not exactly like that, because let's say
I'm sorry,
the same God.
I'm sorry, but I lost you. I'm still trying to understand what the Trinity is, because now we spoke about Jesus being God. I'm still trying to understand the clarity of the Trinity.
Okay.
If you can help me with that.
It's a bit hard to explain. Yeah, I need to accept it. I need to give it to you. It's hard to explain, and it's hard to get it because you're arguing they are the same God.
Is it clear or hard to get?
I mean, many people, they say that it's a mystery, but I don't think it's a mystery. It's just understanding it. I mean, the humans are rational people, and I think we have the capacity to understand what the Trinity is, even if it's not part of our reality. I mean, I believe this is my claim. Not because something is not real doesn't mean it doesn't exist. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Again, can you tell me again? Can you tell me again why is it Trinity? Because I'm still waiting for that. You just told me now that something. You just said a bunch of different words.
Do you like numbers?
Okay. Sorry?
Do you like numbers?
Do I like numbers? I don't like them. I don't like them. I don't hate them. Numbers are just numbers for me. Yeah.
Okay. Numbers.
I like them when it comes to the Trinity. I like them when it comes to the Trinity.
Okay.
1 + 1 + 1 = 3.
Okay,
I like it. That part I like. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. What about 1 × 1 × 1 = 1?
And
that makes sense. Okay.
No, but
what happens
in real life?
In
real life, you cannot times objects with one another. You can only do that hypothetically. How can I times an object with another object? 1 with 1.
No,
how can you times 1?
No.
You cannot times 1 with 1 in reality, right? You can only do it hypothetically in abstract.
Yeah.
In real life, that doesn't happen.
It's a very good point. mathematics are things that happen in our brain. We completely agree with that. But let's put it in another way. What happens if you add an apple and a pear? You don't get two things. I mean, you get one apple and one pear.
No, you get two things. Two things. Algebra. One thing is an apple and one thing is a pear. You get two things.
Yeah, exactly.
That's two things.
But what about the salad? Let's say you have a salad with lettuce, with tomato, and with onion, let's say. Onion is not the same thing as the tomato, but if you take the onion out of the salad,
we're coming back to the same example. That's the same example as the chapters.
Yeah.
I already agreed with you. I said if this is the analogy you want, if the tomato is completely separate from an onion and is completely different than an onion, but it just shares the category of salad, one God A, Jesus, and another God B, the Father, they're both gods, completely different, but they just share the category of God. No problem. We have two gods or three gods. What's the problem?
But they are in the same salad. I mean, you let's say, for example,
no.
in John,
I'll tell you why your argument doesn't work. Because you claim the tomato is the onion. That is the Trinity. The Trinity is to say the tomato is the onion. They don't just share the salad, which is God. Also, the tomato is the onion. That is the Trinity. That's why whichever analogy you try to bring is not going to fit because it has zero logic. So try to use logic is just the last thing you could do when it comes to the Trinity.
I mean,
but I'll tell you something. The last discussion, the last few minutes we had is the furthest thing away from clarity. I don't think you even understand what the Trinity is, with all due respect.
I think I have it in my mind. I mean, I have the clarity in my mind, but I'm not expressing it well. That's the thing, and it's sad. It's sad because I need to accept it. I think I have the clarity, and I need to share the clarity, but I'm not this one achieving it. So it's unfortunate.
Okay. So we agreed that there is no clarity there. If Augustine himself did not understand the Trinity, and he had an issue with it, and he's one of your main church fathers, let alone you understanding the Trinity and explaining it. If it was clear, nobody would be confused about it and asking and having tens of heresies that you have, partialism, modalism. They're not going to have all of that if it was clear. It's the furthest things away from clear.
And it's something I really need to accept from you, that it's something that you have said in many occasions, that many times, I mean, each time you ask someone what the Trinity is, everyone gives you a different explanation. So it's completely true. But
like the salad is a new example.
It's not a matter of... Sorry?
I said the salad and the chapters is a new example. So it's something...
It's a new example, yeah.
Yeah, but the God salad. God salad.
Okay. Well, it's... I feel a little bit sad because, I'm not being clear. I need to accept it, But
all right, so let's agree. So we agree so far there's no clarity. Okay, let's see the second part of your beliefs, if there's clarity or not. You believe Jesus is God, correct?
Yep.
Did Jesus ever say clearly, I am God?
No.
Okay, so there's no clarity in that part as well.
Not clearly. No. Word for word, he didn't say it.
Yeah, so there's no clarity there as well. So there's no explicit statements, which are definition of clear. There's no clarity there at all. Okay. Do you know what is the oldest manuscript of your... do you have any original, when it comes to the Bible, the writings of the Bible, the original writings? Do you have any original preserved?
It's something I really wanted to have prepared for this meeting, because I really wanted to have it with you, to have this discussion with you. And I think there are some manuscripts, many of them in Greek, about the Gospels and all that stuff. And in this case, in talking about let's say the Dead Sea Scrolls and all that stuff. But I would like to have this discussion with maybe some better preparation. I mean, because I think I have the information.
What is the answer?
I have the access to the information, but I didn't prepare for it.
So what is the answer? You have an original.
Okay, right now I need to.
From the time
right now I don't have them. Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you the answer. The answer is no. There's no original writings carbon dated to the time of Jesus. None. Zero. Nothing from the first century.
Okay.
So there's no clarity.
That's the information you have. Okay.
So no, that is a fact. You can just right now do a research. You file the earliest manuscript you have is called the P52. The fragment. It's not a manuscript. The fragment, as big as a card, is called the P52. The earliest full manuscript you have is the Codex Sinaiticus, which is dates to the first 4th century, 400 years later, and then the Codex Vaticanus after it. These are the two first. It's not my opinion, and always just something I'm saying. This is objective reality. Now, so there is no clarity there as well. Okay, so where is the clarity that you found again? I'm just trying to find where is the clarity that you found. How many books are in the Bible? How many books are in the Bible that you believe in?
Yeah, that's another point. Many people say there's this much books, and
so there's no clarity there.
Say this much. Yeah, I need to accept that too.
Okay, so where is the clarity
again?
Clarity. Remind me. Yes, there's no clarity. Yes, where is the clarity then?
I think let's put it in these terms. This is what happens. I can't win a debate with you. I need to accept it.
I'm not debating. I'm honestly not debating you. I just asked you questions. I'm not even debating you. Yes. I'm just asking you simple questions.
It's a good point. I don't consider this. We're just sharing thoughts. Yeah.
Yes.
But for example, I cannot win a debate with, let's say, I don't know, and other people that defend Christianity, and they have also really good arguments. I mean, if I put myself, let's say, I begin to compare my Christian arguments and my Muslim arguments, I mean, we're going to have a discussion, and in the end of the day, the Christian arguments are going to overcome the Muslim arguments. That's what I'm trying to do.
Like they've been doing for the last 15 minutes? Zero clarity? Is that how the Christian argument wins over the Muslim argument?
Yeah. It's really easy for you to say it. But for example, if I were having the same discussion, but let's say with or someone else, I
think you shouldn't mention other people's names. Generally, whoever these people are, shouldn't be mentioning, giving free clout to unknown individuals here. So the thing is, it's a very simple thing. It's not about who debates what. You said you've become a Christian. You should know what you believe. When you die on the day of judgment, no one else is not going to stand in front of you. You're not going to be Hammer standing there in front of you instead of you and saying, okay, oh God, I'm responsible for what Jose believes and I'm going to respond. You're responsible for what you believe.
Yeah.
You're responsible for what you believe. And if you're responsible for what you believe, you don't even know what you believe, then that should be the issue that you should think about. Instead of your argument is called appealing to authority. That's the argument you're making. It's a fallacy. It's a logical fallacy is what you're doing. Oh, if X person is there, he's going to be able... If an X person is there, he's going to be able to respond. That's just a hypothetical scenario. It's a logical fallacy. You've got no arguments to present. You've admitted yourself there's no clarity in Christianity, even though you started your discussion by saying that Christianity is clear. I don't know what else to do for you.
Yeah. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I need to say...
Nothing to apologize for.
I guess there was no really good preparation. And I appreciate your time and your clarity. I mean, I think I believe your causes, your wills are sincere, and I really believe you're trying to help people with what you know, and that's something I really appreciate.
All right, no problem. So I'll tell
maybe
you
we can have this same discussion in another day, maybe with
Yeah, there's a delay, as I said, so I hope because it could be interrupting you, could be interrupting me, could be just because of the delay. The thing is, look, I think clarity. Yeah, go ahead. What do you want to say?
No. I think it's the thing of the delay. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So clarity is what the Quran says. Quran chapter 112 of the Quran. It says there's only one God. Say Allah is uniquely one. Allah is independent, self-sufficient. Everything depends on Allah. He doesn't depend on anyone. He doesn't have children. He doesn't have parents. There is nothing like unto him. This is what clarity is. Clarity is the message of Islam, that Allah sends you guidance that is relevant to your time as revelation, the Quran, and He sends you prophets and messengers, one after the other, to guide you to the Creator, to bring you to the belief there is one Creator worthy of worship, and that this life is a test. There will be one day that you will die, and you will be held accountable for the actions that you do in this life. And that is the test that you live in. This is what clarity is. So I would invite you back to that clarity, and I'll tell you to do a little bit more research, because there's zero clarity in Christianity. Christianity and clarity are like two words that cannot be combined in one sentence, with all due respect. So I'll recommend you do a bit more research, and actually do a bit more investigation, and then perhaps you realize the mistake that you've committed, whatever mistake that you claim, and without even verifying whether you accepted Islam. That's just a claim. No one can prove that. You just said it yourself. No one can prove whether you ever accepted Islam or not. But whether you did or not, you can realize yourself, you come back to the truth, you realize if you did leave it, that you've been fooled by these
for sure.
Weak arguments that you're talking about. All right, anyways, I'll let you go, Jose, because there is quite a few people in the backstage. All right.
Thank you, Muhammad. Yeah. Thank you so much.
يا من صنعتم في الأرض نورا يا قلوبا فيها الوفاء بشركم اليوم السرور